All right, welcome back to Road TRIpVIA, the once-a-day road trip trivia quiz. If you've been watching this channel, you know what today is. We've been waiting for it. If this is your first time on the channel, let me introduce you to the Final 50 Challenge. We've done 950 episodes up to this point. We're doing 50 more to get us to 1,000. The only difference is instead of me writing these quizzes, these are all submitted by viewers. Today's episode was submitted by Dave and DJ from Nebraska. Good luck. Question 1. What is the last name of the entrepreneur known as the Pineapple King, who established commercial plantations of the fruit in Hawaii, founded the Hawaiian Pineapple Company, and later reorganized it to his own name? This last name's gonna sound familiar. It is Dole. His name was James Dole. Question number 2. This is the smallest addressable element in a digital display, variable in color and intensity. The more of them that are used, the closer to the original image one can create. What is this term, which can also be used with the prefix mega in digital cameras? The smallest element in a digital display is a pixel, an individual pixel. Question number 3. It is often believed that this Romantic-era classical composer and pianist had very long fingers, but in truth it was a lack of connective tissue that allowed him to have such great span. Who is this musician known for writing a series of rhapsodies dedicated to his native Hungary? The answer, Franz Liszt. Question number 4. It was part of the Louisiana Purchase Agreement and home to indigenous tribes including Ponca, Pawnee, and Lakota. The second largest producer of ethanol biofuels, what is the name of this 37th U.S. state which also boasts the creation of Arbor Day and the invention of Kool-Aid? I probably gave this one away by announcing at the beginning where they're from. The answer is the state of Nebraska. Question number 5. 2 distinct eye colors are the result of a lack of the pigment melanin in one eye. What is the scientific term for this condition, more prevalent in animals, but also possible in humans? The answer is heterochromia. Question number 6. Traditionally, the first stone or brick set in a masonry structure, it sets the orientation and positioning of the rest of the building. What is this term, also used in the Christian scriptures as a reference to Jesus? The answer is cornerstone. Question number 7. Cornell Irl Haynes Jr. found his fame in the early 2000s with Grammy-winning hits Hot in Here and Shake Your Tail Feather with P. Diddy and Murphy Lee. What is the stage name of this award-winning rapper? The answer is Nelly. Question number 8. Located in the United Republic of Tanzania, this dormant volcano has 3 volcanic cones, Kibo, Mawinzi, and Shira. What is this highest single freestanding mountain above sea level in the world and the highest mountain in Africa? The answer is Kilimanjaro. Question number 9. In 1927, pioneer Charles Lindbergh completed the first solo non-stop flight of its kind in the aircraft Spirit of St. Louis, traveling from New York in America to what city and country? He flew to Paris, France. Question number 10. Produced on ornamental trees found throughout Asia, but most commonly in Japan, these flowers are presented as tokens of friendship and have spawned a culture of viewing the blooms in season. What is the common name of the flower sakura? The answer we're looking for is cherry blossoms. Question number 11. While Walt was the creative side of what would become Walt Disney Studios, what was the name of his older brother who handled the business and financial affairs, and whose son, with the same first name, was a longtime CEO of the Disney Company? Walt's brother was named Roy Disney. Question number 12. In October of 1987, 18-month-old Jessica McClure was the object of worldwide attention during an ordeal of more than 2 days. Her situation and ultimate rescue were televised live from Midland, Texas. From what life-threatening situation was baby Jessica saved? Baby Jessica was in the news because she was stuck down a water well. Question number 13. Cookware and vessels made from this metal with a high carbon content are valued for their heat retention and non-stick properties when properly seasoned with polymerized oil. What is the general term for these skillets and Dutch ovens that are historically used in cowboy and camp cooking? The answer is cast iron. Question number 14. Around 1602, Italian astronomer, physicist, and engineer Galileo Galilei began studying gravitational, oscillation, and equilibrium principles of what type of weight used in clocks and scientific instruments such as accelerometers and seismometers. He did early work with pendulums. Question number 15. Symptoms can include blurry or double vision, seeing colors less brilliantly, and halos around bright lights. What is the name for this cloudy area in the lens of the eye that can lead to numerous vision problems? The answer we're looking for is a cataract. Question number 16. Originally voiced by Mel Blanc, this anthropomorphic bird had his own television show beginning in 1957. He made a cameo appearance in the 1988 Who Framed Roger Rabbit movie and is the official mascot of Universal Studios. Who is this cartoon character with a distinctive laugh? The answer is Woody Woodpecker. Question 17. Wings, propellers, turbines, and sails are all examples of this surface shape which produces lift and drag when moved through the air. The air traveling over the top moves faster than the air traveling below. What is the name for this cross-sectional shape? The term we're looking for is airfoil or aerofoil. Question number 18. At the end of World War I, the Treaty of Versailles awarded 3 German ocean liners to the victors of the war. One was the SS Imperator, a second the SS Vaterland, and what was the name of the third? The third was the SS Bismarck. Question number 19. 1982 television's Remington Steele and Harry Dalton in the 1997 movie Dante's Peak. This actor is probably most well known in the role of James Bond in Die Another Day, GoldenEye, Tomorrow Never Dies, and The World Is Not Enough. Who is he? The answer is Pierce Brosnan. And question 20. At an amusement park, this circular platform with seats for riders is often populated with intricately carved animals mounted on posts. Also known as a merry-go-round, what is this docile ride often accompanied by circus music? The answer is a carousel. Alright, that is it for episode number 951. Thank you for watching today's trivia quiz on Road TRIpVIA. This is the final 50. We're starting with part 50. We're counting it down all the way to episode number 1000. Today's entire trivia quiz was sent in by Dave and DJ from Nebraska. For the viewers watching today who are not from America, Nebraska is a state located east and west, right in the middle of the country. The state I was born in was Kansas. That's in the middle, east and west and north and south. So it's right in the center, and just above it, Kansas's hat is Nebraska. That's where Dave and DJ are from. They were the first ones to send in a trivia quiz for the Final 50 challenge. I think that I had only just introduced it maybe the day before, but I really think it was a matter of hours after I had announced that we were doing this competition that they had sent me this email with the trivia quiz. I have sneaking suspicions that these people are professional quiz writers because, as you saw in this episode, what a perfect 21 questions to get the party started, to kick off the Final 50 challenge. I don't think we could have had a better trivia quiz. It does exactly what I was hoping it would do. Gives you an option to ask questions about where you're from, stuff you're interested in, questions that you're familiar with, and stuff that you like to talk about. Like I said, I announced that they were from Nebraska at the beginning of the episode, and then I think question 4, the answer was Nebraska. So I sort of gave it away, and I apologize, but hopefully everybody enjoyed today's quiz. I have a good feeling that the next 49 episodes will be just as good. I've only slightly perused most of the submissions. I looked just to make sure that their questions were long enough that it didn't break any of the outright rules of the competition. And they all looked pretty good. Like I said, it's not until I really dig in and move it over and start to make it into an episode that I find out how good the questions are. Thoroughly impressed with today's entry. They are going to be number 1 in the drawing. When we draw during the live episode in September, Dave and DJ from Nebraska will be number 1, and whoever gets drawn on that episode will win $500. There's still a little bit of a chance to submit an entry into this challenge. I think we're getting close to 40 entries right now, and we're only taking 50. So if you want to get in after watching today's episode, you decided that that's something you want to try, you can watch the video at the end of this episode. It'll give you the guidelines for submitting a quiz, but you can pretty much use today's quiz, episode number 951, as a shining example of what we're looking for the Final 50 challenge. They understood the assignment, they nailed it, it's a perfect submission to get this party started. Thank you again. Now let's wrap up today's episode with question 21, the tiebreaker for the Final 50, Part 50. Both three-toed and two-toed varieties spend much of their time hanging upside down from trees in South and Central America. What are these mammals named because of their low metabolism and sluggish movements? Low metabolism and sluggish movements sounds familiar. If they would have said sitting behind a desk, I would have thought they were talking about a certain YouTube trivia quiz channel creator, but they didn't. They said hanging upside down from trees. So the answer is not Artie Quizman. The answer is sloths. And that wraps up today's episode and kicks off the Final 50 challenge. I'm in Dayton, Ohio today. We got in late last night. Our baggage got in early this morning, so we got everything unpacked finally. I got the episode recorded. Tomorrow morning, we're leaving for Wichita, Kansas. We'll be driving there. It's about 12 hours away, I think. So we're headed home to see some family. I will keep putting these videos out. I appreciate everybody who has submitted them. It really makes it easy when I don't have to write the questions. As you find out when you sit down to write a 21 question trivia quiz, it's not exactly expedient. Is that a good word? It's not hard, but it does take a little bit to get 21 good questions and make sure that they are written correctly. So I appreciate everybody who has submitted. It's going to make this month breeze by. Not only will we have a quiz every day, but if they're anything like today's quiz, we're going to have 50 great quizzes. Thank you again. See you tomorrow.